Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over 3 main basic golf grips that most golfers use, or just the standard golf grips that most people use. Alright, I would say if you're new, you got to start with a glove. You got to get a golf glove. Just one. Don't ever wear 2. You just got to get the one golf glove. If you're right-handed, it goes on your left hand. If you're left-handed, it goes on your right hand. I think it's great. I think it helps a lot. I don't know why you wouldn't use one, but it's personal preference. If you don't like it, don't use it, but I think it's a good spot to start, especially with the grip on the golf club, because that's very important when it comes to your golf game. Alright, so I'm going to grab a 7-iron, and the first grip that we're going to be using and talking about today is the interlock, which is your pointer finger and your pinky finger interlocking. But no matter what grip you're using, you always want to start with your left hand. You want it to be right down near your pinky right here, and then you want it to go up to your pointer finger right up there, and then you wrap it around like so and get a little comfortable, but that's the idea. And then you interlock your fingers right here, and then same thing, starts down here by your pinky and then goes up towards your pointer finger, and you wrap around like this, and that'll give you a nice solid starting grip that's not too strong, not too weak. It's just a good spot to start, so you always want to focus on that if you are just beginning. Alright, so yeah, starting with the interlock grip, this is the grip I use, so this is going to be the most comfortable for me. Or at least this is what I switched to about a month or 2 ago, and it's been a lot better. And I mean, you don't have to listen to me, beginner golfer, but this is what I've heard and I've gone through these grips before and everything, so this one stood out the most to me, and this one's been the best for me. But it is all personal preference. Here we go, guys, 7-iron. Bad shot. Alright, well, after shooting those 3 shots, it obviously feels very comfortable to me because this is the grip I do use. But with things that I started to like about it, coming from something that changed, I like the feel of it, that my hands are closer together. It makes me feel like I can actually control the club more rather than like, it's just like with the different grips, like the next one we're going to go over, the 10-finger grip. That one's really hard for me because my hands are too spaced out, and I feel like it feels like I'm choking up really far on the club, and I personally don't like that feeling. But it is personal preference. But anyways, I do like how it's like when I interlock the fingers, it gives me a nice solid grip on the club without actually having to squeeze really tight. Like, I feel like it keeps my hands like nice and on the club without having to squeeze super tight, because when you start squeezing super tight, your swing gets all messed up and everything. So I think this is a very comfortable grip for me for that reason. And I just think I have a lot of control over the club face, like my wrists don't feel like they move too much. So this one is very good in my opinion, and I think that's why a lot of people use it. Alright, so the next grip that we're going to go over is the 10-finger grip that people call it, or the baseball grip is what I call it. But excuse me. But this is very standard for people who just grab the golf club. They don't, like, you just grab the golf club and you're about to go swing a couple balls at the range with your friends or whatever. This one, yeah, it's what most people start out with, especially coming from a baseball player, which I was. This is what I started with, and I just slowly got better and got more into it and figured out what I liked and stuff. But it doesn't matter. They all are good and bad in their own ways. I mean, it's really personal preference, but to me, this one is just very hard to stay consistent with. It's easy to start with, but once you get going, I feel like it leaves a lot of room for error. So that's why I don't like it, and I think my hands are really spaced out. But it is personal preference. None of them are wrong, and none of them are right. So whatever you like. But I'm gonna hit a few with this. Still got a 7-iron, and just see what I feel. I haven't used it in a while, so let's see. Well, that one was better than the other ones I use with my regular grip. Alright, so that was the baseball grip, or the 10-finger grip. Those shots did look better than my other ones, but my other ones were not very good shots. But, I mean, I think the one thing that I like about this grip is that I feel like I can get the most distance out of it. I don't know why, it just feels like I can really get down and get a hold of the ball and just, like, compress it really hard and just rip through it. And so I think my distances are definitely, like, 5-10 yards-ish higher when I use this grip compared to the interlock. But other than that, I do feel like it's a little less controllable. I just don't like how it feels having my hand so far down. I like it kind of being able to be a little bit farther up with the interlock. And I think I start gripping it too hard sometimes, so it messes me up. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. But yeah, none of them are wrong, none of them are right. Just keep the basis of going from the pinky knuckle down here up to the pointer, wrap around, same thing, and that'll give you a nice basis. But lastly, the overlap, which is basically both of them combined. So this one, you put your pinky finger over your pointer and your middle on this hand, and then wrap around like so. This one, I don't know how I feel about this one, but a lot of people do use this one too. I'm not sure exactly what they would like about it, but it's always personal preference. But this is just another one of those main ones that a lot of people use. So yeah, it's kind of similar. It's like, I feel like it's the right in between the two we just went over. So here we go. Anyways, that was the overlap grip, just the pinky over. I don't really like it that much. I mean, I hit some decent shots with it, but I mean, that's just, I feel like no matter how you grip the club, if you can hit the ball decent, you'll be able to hit it. But I just don't personally like this one as much because I don't feel like I have as much control over the club. I feel like I might let it go and then I start gripping too tight and then it messes me up rather than feeling comfortable with it. I just never have. Tried to get into it, but yeah, I mean, that one is also a good one, I think. I think the baseball grip is, in my opinion, the worst one, but that's also personal preference. This one, my second favorite, and the interlock's my third. But yeah, this one is, I mean, they're all great options as long as you have your hands correct on this and they're not too far over each other or whatever. I think having the interlock and the other grips help a lot with that as well, though. Yeah, I mean, with everything said, I think that none of them are right, none of them are wrong. It's whatever you like, and it's whatever feels best for you, whatever you can get the most out of your game with. But grip is definitely a really important thing when it comes to golf. So having a good set, consistent grip is helpful, and those are the three main ones that a lot of people use. And I think if you are just starting and you're confused about which ones to use, those are three good ones to three standard ones that a lot of people use, and that you could try and figure out which one you like the best. So yeah, but anyways, that is it for the video. Those are just a little preview, a little bit of my opinions about what I like with the grips and what I don't like, and which one I use and how I switch from the baseball grip to the interlock. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next vid. Peace.